Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play this video and talk about things that are going on, to better explain what's going on, and talk about things that I think that are being done right and or done wrong. Here we go.
Getting ACCW B441, South 43rd and National, it's by the Victory Outreach Church. RP no longer has visual. 5 to 6 minutes ago, there was a black male who was in the parking lot to the church waving a gun around. He then puts a gun in the front right pocket. Black male, 30 to 40 years old, 5'7", thin, possibly has a beard, wearing a black beanie, unknown color shirt, black pants. Last seen walking southbound 43rd about 5 to 6 minutes ago.
San Diego Emergency 8473. Do you need police, fire, or medics?
Hello?
Hello, do you need
hi.
a police, fire, or paramedics?
Oh, no, I don't need a fire. I just need a police.
What is the address of the emergency?
It's South 43rd Street, San Diego, California, 92113.
Okay, is this a house, apartment, or a business?
No, it's a Chinese restaurant.
Okay, what's the name of the restaurant? And what is the emergency there?
There's a guy. He's a black guy. He come inside my restaurant. He walk around. I don't know. He's kind of crazy. And I saw he dropped kind of gun earlier.
He dropped a gun?
Yeah, and he picked it up really quick, tried to hide it, and then I don't know. He's kind of crazy.
San Diego Police 911, dispatcher 8134. Do you need police, fire, or paramedics?
Oh, sorry. I'm calling. I just left the taco shop on 47th Street in National, and there was this gentleman in there. He was acting very crazy, and he had a gun on the table. I just wanted to report that.
Watch out, he's got a gun! He's got a gun! Fucking! Quebec, shots fired! Shots fired! Stay on the fucking ground! Stay on the fucking ground! Keep your hands out! You still got a hand on the gun, yeah? Yeah, he's got a hand on the gun. Morrison, get over here. Morrison, get over here. Watch out, he's got a gun! He's got a gun! Fucking! Quebec, shots fired, shots fired.
But I want somebody to come up, step on his hand.
Yep.
Where's the weapon? So let's move up. Okay.
Okay.
Ready? I'll go hand. Ready. Go.
Pushing. I'm lethal. If you move, you will get shot again.
Come over.
Cuff him. What's a good ending? Right, so this dude walking around, waving his gun, putting it in his pocket, going into a store, dropping it on the fucking ground, having to pick it back up, goes into another store, lays it on the table. This is not normal behavior. So obviously, police are going to come check it out. When I first saw the title of it, the description at the beginning on the slide, call about a man with a concealed gun, I was thinking, what the hell's wrong with a man with a concealed gun? This is America. But when they started providing some more details and everything, that's obviously when it's more than just a person with a concealed gun. Like this guy's brandishing it, he's waving it around. That's not normal behavior. So I wish that they would provide more information on this guy. What's going on with him? Toxicology, whatever. But we just don't get that information for whatever reason. These officers respond to the call, and he immediately, as soon as he sees them, he engages them. And these officers have to respond to that threat. Now, one of my biggest complaints when it comes to officer-involved shooting videos is when it comes to these calls where officers are going to calls where there's a person known to have a gun and they neglect to get their rifles out. So I don't know anything about this agency. I don't know if they keep rifles in the cars. I would hope that they do. And if they did, then since this is a two-man car, that passenger officer should have most definitely had a rifle out and ready to go as they're approaching the scene. So, and this is why I advocate for that, because just because he's reported to be in the building doesn't mean that by the time you get there, motherfucker could be out in the middle of the street, and then this is what you run into. So when going to the call, I recommend that you just either stop, or if you can safely do it while driving and the vehicle and the rifle's in the cab of the vehicle, then you can do that. But if not, it doesn't take that long just to pull off to the side of the road and do what you need to do to get that rifle out. So just stop, get that rifle out of its carrier. If it's in the cab and it's in a mount, take it out of the mount. If it's in the trunk or the cargo space, go back there, get it, charge it, put it around the chamber, put the sling around your neck, get back in the car, have the muzzle between your legs, and proceed to the call. That way, when you get there, you arrive on scene, boom, you've got a rifle ready to go. And you've already taken out all those steps to get it into play. It's already ready to go. So the passenger, I think, if they had a rifle in the vehicle, the passenger should have had a rifle in their hands, ready to go the minute they dismount from the vehicle. A rifle is what you want for a gunfight. A rifle is going to stop that fight a lot faster. It's going to incapacitate the threat a lot faster. Rifles are more accurate, they have a longer barrel, and you have more points of contact on them. Aside from that, the terminal ballistics are night and day. The terminal ballistics for rifle are devastating. Pistols, in comparison, they fucking suck. They really do. That's why I say if you know you're going to a gunfight, bring a rifle. And bring your friends with rifles. Rifles dominate. But they get the job done with the pistols. And, yeah. Watch out. He's got a gun! He's got a gun! Fucking! 31 Quebec, shots fired!
Stay on the fucking ground! Stay on the fucking ground! Keep your hands out! You still got a hand on the gun, yeah?
Yeah, he's got a hand on the gun! Morrison, get over here!
Gun!
He's got a gun! Fucking! Quebec, shots fired!
Stay on the fucking ground! Stay on the fucking ground! Keep your hands out! You still got a hand on the gun, yeah?
Yeah, he's got a hand on the gun! Morrison, get over here! Watch out, he's got a gun! Fucking!
Step on his hand.
Yep. So, even after this, we still do not see a rifle out. Handgun. This is a problem to me. In the very beginning, sure, I could see, a rifle wasn't able to get out in time. But now, this is the time where a rifle definitely needs to be out. There's time for a rifle to be out.
Where's the weapon? So let's move on.
Okay.
Ready? I'll go ahead. Ready. Go.
Pushing, I'm lethal.
One thing that I've seen in other videos that I really am a fan of is using less lethal on a person as they're laying there to gain some kind of compliance out of them. I've seen videos where they pop them with a 12 gauge less lethal munition or something like that to get a response out of them, to get them to try and comply. This guy, I think he was dead the minute he hit the ground. He could have got a round in the back of the head. A round could have went in through his back, hit the spine, and went through the heart and just dropped him right there. I don't know. But as soon as he dropped, he wasn't moving anymore when they approached him, so I think that he was immediately incapacitated when he hit the ground there, and there was no getting back up for him. But you don't know. He could just be temporarily knocked out. And that's happened before. One of the famous cases that is often referenced in training, especially within law enforcement, is an incident that occurred in Miami between the FBI and some bank robbers back in the 1980s. During this gunfight, one of the bank robbers got shot in the head, and it temporarily knocked him out. He woke up later during the middle of the gunfight and crawled out of his car and got into the vehicle of an FBI agent and attempted to steal that vehicle. So this dude, he could be knocked out right now, and then all of a sudden he could reanimate and get it back up and start trying to fight. So that's why, I think a rifle needs to be out, or a shotgun. That way, if he does get back up and starts fighting again, you can stop that fight a lot quicker with a long gun than you can a handgun. And before making that approach, for officer safety, I think it would have been good to use less lethal devices on him before ever getting up on him. They could have, from this angle, fired a taser into him, see what kind of response they get out of him. If he doesn't move, doesn't do anything, that's a pretty good clear indication he's probably not going to move by the time they get up there and go hands-on with him. Beanbag, 40 millimeter, whatever, I think that could have been done. But they didn't do that, and that could be because they could see with their own eyes a lot better than what we can see through the camera lens. They could probably see that there's probably a decent chance he might not be getting back up. They could maybe see that gunshot wound to the head, if he had one to the head. I don't know if he did or not.
If you move, you will get shot again.
Come over.
Doesn't look like anything's on his back.
Not again.
Okay, pull him over.
I'd say he probably took one to the head if I was a betting man.
I'm lethal. If you move,
I'll go ahead. Ready. Go.
pushing, I'm lethal. If you move, you will get shot again.
Okay, pull him over.
Yeah. And dude was rocking around with a 22. You know, people laugh about 22, but 22s will still kill. Where did he come into contact with this? How did he get possession of it? I don't know. I wish that, again, that's something else that they would provide info on. And I wish that they would provide info on this in other videos. I would say that this dude probably most likely has had a criminal history. This is probably not his first involvement with the criminal justice system. It's not the first time the police have had to deal with him. So that tells me that if he's probably had prior contact with the police, there's probably a good chance that he's a person who's not allowed to possess a firearm. He's probably a felon. Now, he could not be. He could be, he might not have a felony. He could have legally purchased this himself. I kind of doubt it, but it's possible. So if he is a felon, how does he get possession of this gun? We know he can't go into a gun store and buy it, or he'll be denied. One way to do it is have friends and family who do not have felony convictions go do it, which that in of itself is illegal. It's just really hard to prove that and prosecute people on that. The other way they get these guns is they steal them, or they get them from people who have stolen them. That's how they most likely come into contact or possession of guns, as it's stolen. So I don't know for sure what's going on with this one. I would say most likely it's probably stolen. Where was it stolen from? Most likely from a car or a house. I highly doubt it was stolen off of a person. It's kind of hard to steal a gun off of a person. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's been done. But generally, it's hard to steal a gun off of a person because, I don't know, you try to steal a gun off a person, there's a pretty good high chance they'll fucking shoot you with it. So it's most likely stolen from a car. Someone left it in their car when they was going into work, going shopping in a place, going someplace that had a bullshit gun-free zone policy or law. And they were following the rules, and they left it in their car. And then someone came along and stole it out of the car. Or they left it at home, because they can't take it to work or something, and while they were gone from home, someone broke into their home and stole the gun. Or it got stolen from a gun shop. If you're not going to have your gun on you, then you need to make that gun inaccessible or inoperable to unauthorized people. If you're going to leave your gun at home, leave it in a safe. If you're going to leave your gun in the car, buy a safe for the car and put the fucking gun in it. Do not leave it in the middle console. Most middle consoles do not fucking lock. Do not leave it in the glove box. Do not leave it under the seat. A car can be very super easily broken into. This is how they get most of these stolen guns. It's from vehicles and homes. People just not being around them. And so, us gun owners us lawful gun owners, we are our own worst enemy when it comes to storing our firearms. We are the ones who are going to cause our rights to be further trampled. Because the more these little street thugs get their hands on guns, the more ammo the anti-gun crowd has to use against us. So if you're not going to carry your gun, lock it up. Not much else to say about this video. If you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching.